Welcome to the PPD Report training video. In this video, we will review the basic PPD components as well as the report to monitor our overall PPD program performance. So let's get started. All Central Supply staff members are going to have access to the McKesson website. And at this site, this is where we're going to be ordering all of our medical, surgical, and nursing supplies that are a component of our PPD program. To understand some of the basics of the PPD program, let's start with the definition. PPD stands for patient per day. And what this means is our vendor, McKesson, will charge Greystone a daily rate per patient per day. This is beneficial to Greystone because we have the opportunity to save a lot of money on our overall expense for these supplies as opposed to paying for simply the cost of goods themselves. To break it down even further, we're going to go ahead and look at the overall calculation on how this is determined. So your total billable days, which is your census times the number of days in the month, times our current PPD rate, which is at $3.50, equals our PPD fee. When we look at the report, we're going to be able to see the comparison of what our PPD fee is comparison to what our cost of goods are. For ordering, like I said, Central Supply is going to be the ones placing the order. They will be using their routine purchase order number. This is available on the Purchasing Vendor Guidelines site. All other items that are outside of our standards with McKesson, the Central Supply staff member will enter a request into PTS, and this is for DME equipment over $250. And this will either be a non-routine or capital PO, depending upon the amount and item. The PPD report includes several data components listed here on the screen, and we will review those shortly. Also note that key members here of the company do receive this report on a monthly basis and is distributed by one of the staff members in the purchasing department. So let's go ahead and jump to our report. Here's an example of 1 month. And what we're going to do is we're going to focus on one facility and follow it throughout each of the tabs listed below. So we will go ahead and work with the DINA for this example. You'll notice, and this is the same throughout all of the different tabs listed below, it will include specific information including the account, facility, name, as well as the state. To include what the dollar amount is, we will go ahead and look at the invoice number, the census, which if you recall from our PowerPoint was the billable days. It includes the invoice date. Just to sidetrack here for 1 second, invoice date and invoice number, this is information that is given directly to our accounts payable department, and this is generally done by the purchasing department from our correspondence with our McKesson representatives. You don't have to worry about submitting this into spend down or to the accounts payable department. We will take care of that for you. Jumping back, you'll see the PPD rate, the current PPD rate. It will include your overall PPD fee, which includes tax, and then you'll see the overall percentage based on the 6 areas that we identify making up our overall PPD program. And you'll see within the description there the overall percentages of what we're allocating. Going to the next tab here, GL code purchase, you will see the same data, but you'll also see the difference being compared to this tab to the prior was this does not include any tax. Again, in regards to the overall usage of staff, you don't really need to look at these first 2 tabs. Again, it's more for an accounts payable function. Now jumping to the PPD versus total tab, you will see some more dollar amounts. And this is important to follow the overall performance of our PPD program and Central Supply's performance by seeing PPD shipped dollars, non-PPD, and then the total, summarizing or summing up the two different tabs, the two different columns that we have listed. So your PPD shipped dollars includes the cost of goods that were shipped. Your non-PPD is everything that you ordered from McKesson that is not part of the PPD program. We will review these here shortly. Under the PPD variance tab, you will see the same information that we just looked at before. So your total PPD shipped, which was your cost of goods, totaled $4,733.77 in this example. Then the next column, you see your PPD fee, which, if you recall, is your billable days times your PPD fee times the number of days, your PPD fee times your billable days. So in this example here, it totaled $4,616.50, giving a difference of $117.27. So in this example here, this facility was over receiving cost of goods by 2.54% more than what their PPD fee was. How we'll be monitoring the performance of the Central Supply staff and the overall PPD program is to ensure that the facilities get as close to zero or under zero as possible. Why that's the case is we want to ensure that our relationship with this vendor has mutual benefit, where we are not ordering more supplies than what we're paying for, where we are getting a good deal as well as the vendor. So we're going to be able to break down more information onto what these overall purchases included in the next tab. Under PPD usage, we can go ahead and filter our facility to narrow down our view. And again, it includes basic information that we've seen before, the period that this covers, so this one will be August 2016. And now we get into this product-specific information. Looking here, you can see that it is descending by dollar amount, so the most expensive items that we've purchased are going to be listed on top. And this will allow us the opportunity to see what we're spending the most of our money on and identifying areas of improvement so that we can help control our inventory and our overall request for goods. Under your non-PPD usage tab, we'll be able to filter based on your facility. And if you'll notice here, these items mostly compose of supplements, and you might have some miscellaneous items or equipment. These are generally not going to be included under your PPD program and will be outlined and identified accordingly. So if you recall from our prior tab, which is PPD versus total, here you have $589.30. If you go back, PPD versus total, $589.30. So you see how it ties into place. It also includes, in this case here, it was the routine purchase order number, so nothing required outside approval through PTS. The non-PPD usage tab is a summary of the supplements tab as well as the equipment tab. So just depending upon what was ordered in that time frame, there may not be anything included on one or more of those different tabs. So that generally is the outline of the PPD program as well as the PPD reporting. Like I said, each month the purchasing department will be issuing out this report to selected individuals to monitor the overall performance of our program, and we will be working with each facility when we do identify that they are over on their overall percentages and looking at corrective actions. Thank you and have a good day.